This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Welcome to another edition of The Coach's Eye for the Power Project. Here we have Chris Driscoll, who pulled 854 when he was younger. Now he's 52 years old. This is a 755-pound pull, and he asked yours truly to help him out, which I'm quite flattered to be able to help out somebody with this kind of strength level. Now let's analyze this a little bit here. I'm going to play it through one more time without saying much. Hopefully you, the Power Project Army, can look closely and see a couple of things here. Now I like the power, I like the explosiveness, I like the intent, I like a lot of things that I'm seeing. So for a lot of this lift, he gets one of these. It's a little smiley face. But he's got to clean some things up here. Now let's take a look at his hands. Let's take a look at those hands. His thumbs, for some reason, are not on the barbell. So that's got to be addressed because, why does that have to be addressed, Power Project faithful out there? Why does that have to be addressed? Because he's losing his grip. Look at that thing. That's what stops him from finishing that lift. Also, you're going to notice that as he tries to regain positioning by throwing his head back, it actually makes things tougher. What you can't see in the video is that his head is not only up, which is not a problem, his head is also going to get forward at some point. A little bit forward of the barbell. See his legs starting to straighten out? And here, he has his legs straight, his legs extremely wide, and this makes it very difficult to lock out. And as he does more stuff with his head, it almost becomes harder to lock out. What I would have liked to seen him do right there instead, and it's kind of hard to show you through here, but he needed to point that chin downward and back kind of towards these heavy bags here. Or downward and back towards his, or rather I should say, let me clear that up for you, downward and back towards his chest. He should have rammed that chin downward towards his chest / neck. You don't want your head to really be down necessarily. That's not a great idea either. But if he would have put his chin downward a little bit right there, it would have relaxed his arms, made his arms longer, and he'd be more locked out. I don't even know if that's an official lockout. That's more like an SPF lockout. All right, before everybody gets all emotional, I am the chairman of the SPF here in California, so don't everybody get all upset. Anyway, so let's watch it again. I'll watch it again in slow motion, and I'll speed her back up for you. A couple other things I'm seeing here is, and it's hard to tell from video sometimes. It's hard to view depth from the front, right? Wink, wink. So let's take a look at this leg as opposed to this leg. This leg over here doesn't look like it's kicked out as much as this leg over here. It's kind of hard to tell from video because the video is on a slight angle. But, however, I would like to see him have this foot, this one inward more, a little bit closer together, and to create more of a straight line here, rather than that kind of flared out look that he's got there. I'd like to see the knee match up with where his ankle is a little bit better. Man, I'm terrible at drawing a straight line, ain't I? Kind of hard on here because he can't really see. You know, he's got to. So in order for him to have his foot where it is, he'd have to stick his knee all the way out by that line almost to really kind of get the most from it. And he doesn't really jam his knees out any further than where they're at. And what happens is at the top of this lift, it's decent for ripping the weight off the floor, as you saw. He killed that weight off the floor, especially with it being such a big weight. But it's not a very good position to try to lock anything out in. Just do yourself a favor, stand up right now and get as wide as you can, and try to flex your butt with your toes pointed out real hard. You're gonna find that you don't really get anywhere at all. It's hard to even flex your butt that way. So, Chris, let's have you take your stance inward, a little bit here, inward a little bit there, And when I say take your stance in, I'm talking about just like 1 inch. That's all I'm asking you to do. 1 inch on each side. The way your feet are flared out, that's okay. Creep yourself up on that barbell maybe even a little bit more than you already are. I see you got the tape on the shins, so you're already banging it up pretty good. But let's get you to get a little bit closer of a stance and flare the knees out more, and that way you'll be able to finish with your butt and your hips a little bit better. So I'm going to watch it one last time here. I'll freeze frame it a couple times. Not bad positioning right there. I would also like to see him take another second at the bottom of the lift. I'm a big proponent of getting in and out of the position at the bottom. However, if you can't remain tight, if you can't keep your tightness, then it's not that great of a thing to do. You can see how he squats down further than is necessary here, and his arms are slacked, his arms are bent a little bit, and then he goes from being slack to having just ton of tension. He got hit by that 755 all at once, and the way that you start oftentimes is the way that you finish. He doesn't have enough leg underneath him here. His legs straighten out a little bit early, which is there. And now what does he have to do, Power Project Army? He has to finish the lift with his upper body. Correct? Right, correct. And that is not something you want to do. So I already said one last time a couple times, but let's do one more. Got this video sent to me. I was out there in Boston with my boy Jesse Burdick, smashing on another CrossFit seminar with over 35 athletes. It was pretty cool. So you can see how it causes problems at the top. Congratulations for just smashing that weight. We'll watch it one last time. Why not? We love deadlifting, right? So a couple of things. Let's get the thumbs around the bar so we can squeeze that barbell better so our grip is better. Let's actually work on our grip. Do some fat bar deadlifts. Or you can buy fat grips. I think Rogue Fitness sells them, roguefitness.com. Buy some fat grips if you don't have a fat bar, and do double overhand work and work that grip. A bunch of other exercises for grip as well. The kind of Ed Cohn one-arm deadlift is a good one. So the grip, let's work on the grip. Squeeze the bar hard. Also, take an extra second down there at the bottom, and let's bring that stance in. And that is it from supertraining.tv.